Okay, here is your flash unit kit and all the goodies that come inside. So you have your 2 flash units, and they do have AA batteries that go in like so. So they have the little diagram of how they should go in, positive side, minus side, and that clips in right there. So here's your 2 flash units with the nice little covers that come along with it. You also have gels, and so we'll get to showing those in a little bit. And you have some diffusers that just really give you really nice diffused balanced light. Now in here I have a couple extras. There is a little iPhone holder in case if you ever wanted to do a picture with your tripod and your phone. And there is a little self-timer release, little remote control in here. And if y'all can figure that out, have fun with that as well. So all these are in here, plus the manuals for everything in case you get really lost on something. The manuals are in these bags as well. And the fun part is also having the little transmitters here. So this little part goes on the top of your camera. Now you're gonna have to set these onto a certain channel. So down in there, you have channel 1, 2, 3, 4, pick a channel. Make sure though that this is the same channel as these as well. So all these are gonna just for the demo be on channel 1. So this mounts to the top of your camera, and these are gonna be the little transmitters that go along with the flash units. Now, a lot of these batteries, you're gonna need 4 AA's for each flash unit. So I would go out and get an 8-pack at least to get started. 8-pack of AA's for your 2 flash units. And these take 2 AAA batteries each. And so that is the little back covering. It also gives you a little diagram of how these should go in. And so yeah, you need AA's and AAA's that you need to go get to make this all work. So here's the box for all that. And okay, so here's all the equipment. Let's get going. Now, you want to set up your light stand. So you got 2 light stands to work with, which is very nice. These are pretty good size little light stands. Now, you want to, when you're setting these up, you want to make sure that these are fully extended, that this is going to be parallel to the ground with what you're working with. And I think I'll just end up setting these up on the floor. Just kind of extend these out just to show you how tall they can get. Now, you usually want to have these at least at, you're going to be taking portraits, so it's going to be like at head level or higher. These go pretty high, but I'll have this at head level just so you can end up seeing the flash units go off in a sec. They'll come with these little screw covers. You don't really need the covers. Those can kind of get tossed. That's just for initial shipping to not puncture stuff. But you don't really need to keep those. They get lost pretty easily anyways. So fully extend, have it nice and parallel. You don't need to tighten anything very, very hard. Just as soon as it feels like it's got resistance, that's enough. You don't need to over tighten things. These are just plastic knobs. Those tend to break if you're not careful. Okay, so that's about the same size and height. All right, I've got one on one side, one on the other. Now, channel 1, I'm gonna turn this on. And again, you wanna make sure you do turn these off once you're done. Go back and do this in reverse and turn everything off. This slides in nice and easy. Here's a little fastener that kind of screws down and just tightens the pressure. Again, you don't have to over crank. Just once you feel it's nice and tight and solid, that's good enough. Now, these have a little screw mount on the bottom, and these get to screw on nicely onto the tripod stands. So that works nicely like that. And so these can still rotate any which way you want. You can even bounce them up. If you have low light colored ceilings like this, you could get a nice bounce off of the ceiling. They could just end up going straight at the person that you're at, and you can still kind of angle them if you'd like. So that's a fun little option. Now, let me turn these on and show you the back while we're at it. Okay, this is on, but on the back here, you do have your plus and minus to kind of change the strength. So you get this nice little scale of changing the strength. I start it right in the middle and just see where it goes from there. Now, you have your different modes and you have your main mode and your secondary modes. For the purposes of shooting with this whole setup, just keep it on main, and that will work. And of course, if you want to just really test, if you got juice, you can have your test button right there, and that's pretty much good to go. So transmitter set on 1, this is on, and this is kind of ready to get the radio signal. So these are little radio signal transmitters. I think it's little FM shortwave. Okay, turn this on, channel 1. Also on as well, in the middle. Main mode, screw this on. And so the great thing is you got your battery set up. These are nice and light. They can go wherever you want them to. You'll probably use the diffusers pretty much all the time. I mean, just the nice diffused light that you get, I mean, it just looks really nice and soft. You're always looking for the softest kind of shadows that you want. So these just do that trick. So these just kind of fit on. They have a little elastic band. Fits on, and you just kind of wrap that around, and there's your diffuser box number 1. Let me get the second one out. Here's the second one over here. Wraps around. Oop. There we go. Both diffusers are there. Now, the last little magic piece, this goes on the top of my camera right here. And I'm gonna make sure this is on as well. You have a little on-off on the bottom. So you wanna make sure this is going right. Now, you can test this out and just see and make sure that this even works as is. And so that's working by itself. So that is a good way to test that out before you even start shooting, but you should have this connected, and we got success. So that is really, yeah, the intro of how to kind of set these up. And from there, you're gonna go into reverse and work these out. Now, the last thing I wanna show you, now you can work with gels and diffusers in combination, and I'll just do that on 1, just to make it easy to kind of show y'all. So your gel sets come with, this one is missing a rubber band. So this one's already missing a rubber band. We'll see if I can pull one out and have it, make sure that this one has 2 later on. If not, you can find your own little rubber band, add this on. All right, so that is your little gel. You can really put the rubber band on first, and then these little tabs actually just pull on it. Have that set up. So I could then get the diffuser, and it goes over and around the gel. And that could be a way to get colored, diffused light. All right, wrap that around. So yeah, the gel is in there. And let's see that again. All right, so that would give me a color cast over here, regular light over there. You'd probably normally angle it a little more on your model, and to have just a nice little contrast down the line on one side or the other. And that's pretty much it. So as you break things down, again, it shouldn't be too hard to undo things. Make sure that just everything's off. Look at all the settings, make sure everything's off. You have 2 different things going on here. You gotta turn off the transmitter, or this is the receiver actually, and you got to turn off the flash units as well. So make sure everything is off. Your battery should last you hopefully the whole semester if you make sure you turn things off. And if you don't turn your stuff off, you might find yourself with some dead flash units. So when even before you go shoot, test everything before you're actually going to get out there. Make sure your batteries are actually solid. If you worry about running out of juice, just make sure you buy extra batteries to have your backups in case if you need to switch anything out. But that is pretty much it in terms of your lighting kit. So, oh, actually, before I forget, just to show this little tripod here. Now, I went with a smaller, lighter tripod, again, for the light factor. So this guy is a little smaller, but you can basically set this up on a table, on a chair, on something higher. If you need a little more height, you can get that extra height. But this is just really to, you know, I honestly end up setting my tripod up anyways, even when I'm doing portraits or landscapes, really only at the maximum height of this tripod. So, I mean, yeah, it ends up being only what I need. Now, the thing here is it has a little plate, and you want to end up screwing that plate onto the bottom of your camera. And so that just makes it a nice quick release, and it's a nice secure mount. There we go. Come on. So you got the little screw and another little kind of handle that you got to twist. Okay, and it has like a unique shape that you got to just match up. And you pull this little lever, it's got a little flat side, and boom. You've basically got your kind of camera angle, and you can set up and just point and make that work as well. So tripod, light stands, good to go. Enjoy.